What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Retro here, bringing you my first video for Supernatural Season 12, Episode 1. This is going to be a review of Supernatural Season 12, Episode 1. Before I get into anything, I just want to clarify that there will be spoilers in this video, so if you have not watched Episode 1 of Season 12 yet, do not watch this video. Watch the episode, then come back and we'll talk about it. Now, the next thing that I want to say is that this is going to be, when I say review, I'm basically going to go over what happened, how the story is developing, whether or not I like the way the story is going, whether I like what they're doing with the characters, so on and so forth. Now, these are all personal opinions, so definitely form your own opinions, and if you disagree or agree, you can always leave that in the comments section below. Now, basically, starting off, one thing that I want to mention right out of the gate that I really enjoyed and I really thought was funny was at the beginning of the episode. If you remember, in the season finale of season 11, Castiel was flashed away. He was poofed away. You know, they did the blood thing on the wall and the thing, and then they vanish. Well, they've done that to a lot of angels in the course of the show, and we never actually see what that does or what happens to them when that happens. But we get to see in this episode basically a meteor crash landing in the middle of a field, and it's Castiel. So basically, it meteorites them. It knocked him 3 hours away by driving. But it was a really funny little scene, and a farmer in a truck saw him and thought he was some kind of alien. It was a little goofy thing, but it was really cool because we got to see how or what happens to the angels when they get poofed away, so I really did like that. Also, there was some talking between Dean and his mom, and they talk, and they had a really good back and forth, and Dean basically explained to her what's been going on, gave her a bunch of details that only her son would know. We come to find out that she has no memory past the time that she died, so she doesn't remember being a ghost, and she also doesn't remember whatever happened to her after that or any of the time travel shenanigans where Dean's met her in the past. So they get that wrapped up in a bow really nice and neat out of the gate, and I like that because a lot of people were thinking that, is she going to remember this, or is she going to remember that, or who remembers what? And so I like that they got that wrapped up real nice and neat right at the beginning and just said, no, she remembers nothing from the time that she died. So I did like that. Um, I'm still not sold on the whole mom thing about it. I mean, her being back, I'm not sold on it. It could be really good, and I'm really interested to see where they go with it, but I'm not 100% sold on it yet. We'll just have to wait and see how things progress. Dean gets back to the bunker. Castiel comes back. He basically finds out that Sam's been taken, and they set out to find him and figure out what's going on. Then we get to see Sam. He was taken to a veterinarian to have the bullet removed from his leg, I guess. And that was another thing that I liked. Was that they specified they shot him like in the leg and they didn't like kneecap him. Too many times in these shows, people get shot in the kneecap and then walk off like it's nothing. Like, you get shot in the kneecap, you're probably not going to walk again. And so I'm glad that they specified it was in his upper leg, and she didn't just like shoot him in the kneecap. It's just a little side note, but I hate when they do that. But so Sam gets basically taken prisoner, and they start torturing him because they want information from him. They want his cooperation, and he tells them to, go to hell, screw you, and they start torturing him. Now, this is something that had me worried because Sam has been locked in the cage with Lucifer himself. He has been tortured by the devil. And so as soon as they started acting like they were going to torture him, I'm like, if Sam breaks, I'm going to flip my table over. Now, he didn't. They torture him. They ice bath him. They take a blowtorch to his foot. They do all kinds of stuff to him. And basically, the chick that's torturing Sam tells the lady from the British Men of Letters, basically, I can kill him if you want me to, but I can't break him. So she decides at that point to try to like drug him, and the drugs mess with his mind and things like that. And so they go that route about it. Meanwhile, we start seeing a trail of bodies being left with their eyes burnt out, and demons are basically coming and collecting the bodies, and they say that they've got orders from the big man himself, Lucifer. And so I believe what's happening is he's trying to find a vessel that can contain him, because if you remember, he was cast out of Castiel, and he was cast out of Castiel, and so he needs a vessel. And so he's getting all these people to agree to let him in, and he's basically frying them from the inside out. And then we saw Crowley kind of following the trail of bodies, trying to see what happens. So I'm really interested to see how they explain and spoilers for future episodes if you don't already know this, so spoilers for a future episode. Lucifer ends up inhabiting the body of an aging rock star, And so I'm really curious on how they plan on explaining why this guy is able to contain Lucifer. Because if you remember, his original vessel contained him for a time, but he is still eventually burned out. I mean, he needed Sam, and the only reason Castiel was able to contain him is because Castiel's vessel was basically just built to house and to hold an angel, because God had said he'd rebuilt Castiel 3 or 4 times. So I'm really interested to see how they go with that. Now, back at the bunker, or not the bunker, excuse me, back to wherever they're keeping Sam hostage, he basically fakes the lady from the mental letters out, makes it look like he cuts his throat. She comes down there, and he had actually cut his hand, and he goes to choke her. Well, he doesn't want to kill her, and he ends up letting her go before he actually chokes her to death, and in doing so, allows her to stop him from escaping. Now, so he gets stuck. Dean ends up finding I think it's the driver that was driving her around. Anyways, he gets in contact with her and basically gives her the Liam Neeson speech. You know, if you don't give me back my brother, I'll find you and I'll kill you, and this, that, and so forth. Now that's pretty much where the episode ends. I mean, there may be some minor, here and there things that I didn't mention. I just hit the high points. Now, overall, what I think about the episode, I thought it was a good, strong first episode. They're taking time to set things up for the future, and hopefully we get Sam back in the next episode or the episode after that. So hopefully they don't go too many episodes without having Sam there. But they're getting things set up really well, and I do like that. I'm really interested to see how it develops with Lucifer, what he's going to do, and what role is he going to play in the show. Because I hope that they're not going to go back to another world-ending catastrophe season right after season 11, because season 11 was great, and I love season 11. But I think we need a break from this world-ending stuff, and that's usually what Lucifer does. So I'm really interested to seeing how they do it, how Lucifer's going to fit in, if he's going to stick around, and just where the show goes. I mean, I'm totally okay with Monster of the Week type stuff, as long as we have a good overarching story. And I'm just resurrecting their mom. I didn't see it coming, and I honestly have no clue what direction the show is taking right now, where it's going. All I can say is that I'm excited, and I'm ready to enjoy the ride with the rest of you guys. But so all in all, for a first episode, I gotta say I really liked it. There's one more thing I want to talk about that some people might get aggravated about. The lady that was torturing Sam, she ends up in an altercation with Dean and Castiel, and she basically dog stomps to both of them. And a lot of people that I talked to were saying they didn't like the fact that she basically just wiped the floor with Castiel because he's an angel. Well, the thing you have to remember about Castiel is, yes, he's an angel, so he's very powerful, but that doesn't mean he's a great hand-to-hand fighter. She had better technique than him, and she also had what appeared to be brass knuckles made out of angel blades, because they were hurting him. But you can easily out-technique Castiel. He's not a trained fighter. He's just super, super strong. So I can get by with that. And they set the whole thing up to have Mary, the mom, kill her, and then to show that she feels remorse for it. And Dean basically gives her the family business speech. So that part was interesting as well. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for my review on this. Like I said, closing thoughts, I really enjoyed it. I'm really interested to see where they take it. It could be really good. It could be not so good. We'll just have to wait and see. It's only episode 1, so we've got a whole season ahead of us that I am super excited to watch. And I'm also super excited to share my thoughts and opinions with you guys on as well. As always, if you like the video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. And if you really like the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. I'm going to be doing, on this channel, I'm going to be doing reviews for Supernatural, as well as other TV shows and movies and things like that. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I will see you again in the next video.